Hi, this is Kerry Artak with Wicked Stocks, bringing you the daily Tesla report for Wednesday, September 20th, 2023. Before we click through all the charts, as usual, just want to encourage you to please click like if you haven't already, subscribe to the Wicked Stocks YouTube channel, share the content if you would with friends and colleagues, and check out wickedstocks.com, where we offer a full suite of both daily and weekly analytical videos, just like the Tesla report, daily analysis in the SPY and the Triple Q, that is the S&P 500 and NASDAQ 100 ETFs, weekly analysis in the S&P 500 index, the NASDAQ 100 index, and the long bond ETF, the TLT, as well as 2 individual stock picks a week that you never see on YouTube that cater to the 3 to 5 week swing trader out to the 3 to 5 month near-term investor, always looking for 20% swings on those underlying stock picks. And in fact, on Tuesday, we put out a 10-minute video on FedEx, presently testing a very important area that has pivot point qualities through the rest of the year. You should check it out, and you can for free. We offer a 5-day free trial. So if you sign up for wickedstocks.com, you can check out everything, including Tuesday's FedEx report. And you've got 5 days to check it out. If you don't like it, you can bow out and cancel at no cost to you whatsoever. So on with the charts. Big picture. This is a weekly chart. I'll start with the big picture, work my way into the day itself. Just a reminder that we came off this 315.61 channel top that had been a 2 to 3 month objective following the settlement a couple of months earlier above this 162.17 long-term channel top. We tested 315.61 when we tested 315.61. I'd mentioned how a channel bottom at 230.24 should be considered in reach within 1 to 2 months. 6 weeks later, we tested it. And now that we've tested it, I'm mentioning how 315.61 should be considered a 2 to 3 month target. We're a solid month into that right now. And it's not just 315.61 because a properly drawn channel top based on recent lows is actually at 333.03. So I'm calling, if you look upper right here, the 315.61 to 333.03 region a 2 to 3 month target. You might call it a 1 to 2 month target right now, given the fact that we've rallied off this 230.24 channel bottom over the last month of activity. On the way up, we pushed through about a week and a half ago this descending 2/3 speed line, now well below the market at 241.23. And a couple of days later, we tested, essentially, came within a point of testing this 293.07 channel top. I'd mentioned how after testing this channel top, you should allow for a 1 to 2 week sell-off to the channel bottom. And that is essentially what happened. There's the 293.07 channel top, and the channel bottom is now at 261.53. We tested the preceding speed line actually on Tuesday, today at 263.82. Over to the right here, you can see how that is weekly support, able to contain weekly selling pressures, and above which, over the next week or two, you guessed it, we can rally up to the 293.07 channel top. So that would be a nice rally from here within 2 weeks, but I think it is possible. So let's talk about the day itself. This channel bottom, this former channel bottom that I reduced to just a mere minor point on Tuesday, and of course it holds. You know, it does work that way. I don't know if that's something that you figured out in your own technical analysis. I call it the Heisenberg principle of technical analysis. The more you focus on one level, the less significant it becomes. And the less you focus on one level, the more significant it seems to behave. So anyway, 267.78 is your intraday resistance. We can top out here intraday. It's very similar to Tuesday's 267.85 high. And below which we can ease back again into the lower 260s. 261.53 is the channel bottom. You have a speed line at 263.82. This area well equipped to contain selling for the week itself through next week, and above which expecting gains to the channel top that is rising aggressively and presently at 293.07. If you're a swing trader, if you trade options, we're presently testing support. You may have done something yesterday by buying, 295, 300 out of the money calls that don't expire for at least, I'd go a month out on the expiration. I think it could take 2 full weeks to reach and then some, as this is kind of pulling away at a nice pace. You can already see how by early October, over the next 2 weeks, actually, it converges anyway with that 315.61 channel top that I mentioned at the beginning of the video itself. So we might see this over the next few weeks. In fact, I think we will over the next 2 to 3 weeks, so long as we continue climbing this base of support. Still working with the upside. Let's go with 267.78, this channel bottom. If we push or open above it, I see an intraday rally to the high settlement price. Not marked here, but the high settlement price 4 days ago, 4 full trading days ago, was 276.04. And I think this is a spot the market could top out for the day. I wouldn't fall in love with that level. As I said earlier, I think the market is inclined now to aggressively rally as we move into later September, so long as we continue holding above 261.53. Now, closing below 261.53 is another story altogether, which I'll get to in just a second. But I'm going to continue with this upside that in the event we close today above 276.04, and I do think that that is a long shot today, but it's certainly possible by the end of the week, then we should. I'm going to say, and I'm going to go back to this chart for the visualization, that if we close above this high settlement price of 276.04, at this point in time, you could make a case for 3 to 5 days from now we reach 293.07 and rising. But it would certainly accelerate events. I would say if we settle today above 276.04, by the end of next week, we actually test the 293.07 channel top again, where we could then fall off again back to the channel base that is presently at 261.53. I think that outlines the 1 to 2 week scenario pretty well. Now for the downside, we don't really have them marked, but I will jump to this chart here and tell you that if we break 261.53 today, 253.53 is likely. 253.53 is right about here, nothing more than a 3/8 downside Fibonacci from the August low to the more recent high that was put out on last Friday. And so 3/8 back might be it for the day, 253.53. If we break 253.53, 245.67 in reach. And that is a 50% downside retracement over that same time frame. At some point, this is the rising 2/3 speed line. And if we were to close today below 261.53, I would call that a 3 to 5 day target. And it will likely be bumped up to a session containment level. But for right now, I just have it as intraday in deference to the 50% downside Fibonacci. And I think that would be probably the extent of the downside today if we break or open below 261.53. If we close below 261.53, 3 to 5 day target at 238.12, and over the next couple of weeks, 230.24, which is that channel bottom on the weekly chart, and that is able to contain longer-term selling pressures, as it did a month and a week ago. It can continue to contain selling through October, through the rest of the year, and above which this market can make its way to channel resistance that is presently at 333.03 as an extreme. I'm going to leave it at that. I think I've said all there is to say for Wednesday's Tesla. I'm babbling, mumbling here. I think this is a better chart to leave you with. I like to leave you with image of the day, and there it is. That's all I've got for Wednesday's Tesla. Please click like, share, subscribe, and check out wickedstocks.com. Check out that FedEx stock pick we put out on Tuesday. You have a great day.